Hi, welcome to Tbilisi, Georgia, the country, not the state. Today I want to talk a little bit about stablecoins and the broader topic of tokenization. Everyone has been talking about stablecoins recently, with all the merger acquisitions going on, with all the announcements by different kind of blockchain foundations and also different countries. Japan issuing their stablecoins, Kazakhstan issuing their stablecoins, Euros issuing their stablecoins soon, and then a few other countries that I think they're coming up. I want to talk about the implications of stablecoins and the larger topic of tokenization. It's very sunny right now, so I gotta have my shades. So when we talk about stablecoins, what we're doing is it's beyond digitisation. It's not just taking fiat or cash that we know, put it in a digital platform, and that's it. The key thing about tokenization is the word programmability. We are able to add a lot of different aspects via smart contracts into these assets that we're tokenizing. That being said, the bigger implication I want to talk about is that it's not just about issuing these assets. Issuing the assets is easy. It's like just deciding to sell whatever things you want on the internet. The thing is, how do you create an economy out of it? How do you create a market out of it? And that's what I want to talk about very briefly today to all those new to the stablecoin or the tokenization space. When we talk about creating stablecoins or we talk about tokenization, it's not about the token itself, but how do you create an economy around it? And very simply, it comes in 3 different steps. So step 1 is you need to create a market. What is a market? A market is where you have buyers, sellers, people who come in and interact. If you're talking about stablecoin, this is a currency. That means you need suppliers who will receive the stablecoins. You need people who have wallets that can access stablecoins and be using stablecoins. If you're talking about, let's say, a tokenized contract that represents a bunch of gloves that you're buying and some kind of and some other, or tokenizing aluminum because you're buying aluminum to build some building, then that contract, the futures contract of aluminum with physical delivery can be tokenized, and you need to create a market of banks who are recognizing and accept that. You need to create a market where people accept this asset. So the first step is market. Who is part of this economy that will interact and touch this asset? And who are the buyers, who are the sellers, who are the stakeholders, the economic agents? It could even be AI agents interacting on the principal's humans' behalf. The second thing we need to talk about are the mechanisms, the incentive mechanisms or the mechanisms attached to these assets. The thing is, as we're creating a market, as people are interacting with this asset, there are different kind of rules they need to play by, and this is what we call mechanism. Sometimes we call it incentive mechanism because at the end of the day, whatever it is, you need the right kind of incentives. You're structuring incentives to get people to use this asset. For example, if you're creating a stable coin, it can be things like, okay, use the stable coin and you get 4% cash back on your purchase. You get 8% yield on your deposits when you're holding the stable coin. Things like that are incentive design, and these are all economic policies attached to this economy of that the token exists in. And the third thing is token design. We've talked about creating the economy, the macro picture. We talk about the rules of how people engage when they're interacting with this economy. And then now we're talking about the token itself. The thing about programmability is that we're able to structure and design a lot of rules within this asset itself. And that's where token design comes in. It could be inflationary, deflationary, disinflationary, different kind of mechanisms added in place, interest rates. These are all part of the token itself. The token is programmable, be it a stable coin or be it a tokenized actual contract, a futures contract, a derivative. All of these assets are governed by rules, the programmability part. And this is another part of the jigsaw puzzle that you need to solve, that you need to design as you are figuring out the whole world of tokenization. It's not just about the technology itself. It's not just about the custodian, the market maker, the exchange, the tech provider to help with tokenization. It is the entire economy that tokenization is part of. How do you build a robust economy where people will be interacting with your asset and trading with it? So this is the first part of a couple of series of videos, and hopefully you get some insights as you step into the world of tokenization. So then I'll see you in the next video. Bye!